Low key, a fire video title for BrodytheCuber, teaching my friend how to solve mid-comp.
That would, okay, just to be clear, I'd get banned on the spot, but it would be great for the views.
Welcome everybody to the Tom and Brady podcast. I'm Tom. We got
Yes,
Brady
sir.
right there. We have a guest, by the way, Brody from BrodytheCuber. Say hello, everybody.
Hey!
Yes, sir.
Okay.
What's up, everybody? Subscribe to BrodytheCuber.
You probably
Yes, sir. All of his links
Let's
will be in the
honest.
description.
You probably already are if you've seen this video.
Brady, I do not link my Twitter, because if people follow requests, I will not accept the requests.
Okay, we weren't gonna link your Twitter anyway.
My Twitter is trash. It's like my shit posts. That's
Okay,
it.
okay,
That's
fair
the
enough.
best kind.
No, you think you have a shit Twitter.
RBLX
Buddy,
Taco
let
Bell.
me talk to you.
Brady, you have the best Twitter, because like
Yes.
you started a war with another what was it,
Another Taco Bell chain.
I started
Yeah.
a war with Mexico on who had the best authentic Mexican food.
and you and Taco Bell won.
Yeah, and it ended up with me invading Mexico.
Yeah,
On Twitter,
and you
right?
can
Oh,
just
yeah.
tweet. And you could just tweet horny again and get a bunch
Yeah.
of likes.
Facts.
Exactly.
You win Twitter, my friend. Holy. Okay, anyway. So,
You mastered Twitter.
right. you
Yes.
win. Okay, so
Enough time to master YouTube.
it's been a week or so since
Yeah.
we've recorded anything. By the time this
Yeah.
video is up, the last week's will be up with Josh. I hope you guys enjoyed that one, but
Yep.
we don't know
This
how it's
video
done
is
yet
going to
because
go
it's
up
not
on
up yet
the
when we're
8th.
recording. Right.
Yeah.
Anyway, so it's been a week or so.
So,
How are you doing, Brady?
I'm doing all right. Quarantine got me cooped up in the house. Just got a little setup in the basement that y'all are seeing right now, so I'm hyped. What about you, Brody? How's quarantine been treating you?
It's been pretty shit, not gonna lie. It's
Alright.
been not much fun not being able to see friends and stuff. It's been great not having to go to school.
Yeah.
Fair.
It's like I've spent not as much time as you might expect actually working on videos, which is why my upload schedule is still bad. But
Yeah, fair
for
enough.
June, I'm gonna try and do 2 videos a week for all of June and see
Ooh.
how that goes.
We've got to film that McDonald's Sprite video, too.
We need to record that.
Yes.
The problem is I can't have you at my house for
Yeah,
it. That's the
exactly.
problem.
Which is gonna suck. We'll figure it out, though.
We could all
The
like
other thing,
meet
so-
somewhere like from a
Who knows?
distance.
So I've got easy contact with you. I've got easy contact with Cameron. I have
Yep.
no contact with Nick whatsoever.
I have Nick's number, so we can get that.
Perfect. So
Yep.
we can get his number.
And then we
I
need
don't
to
remember-
get Jesus. We have his Discord.
Jesus can't come over to my house though, because he'd
Oh.
die.
But no, remember he's gonna be in a hazmat suit.
Oh yeah, I completely forgot about this part of the plan. So for everyone that does not know Jesus, he is deathly allergic to cats, and I have 2 cats in my house.
Mm-hmm.
So the only way he can come over for this video, and the video idea is, does McDonald's Sprite really hit different? The only way he can come over is if he's in a hazmat suit for the entire video. And our plan was, don't explain why he's in the hazmat suit.
Just keep
So
him
if
in
you're
the
watching this, you know
Yeah.
why.
yeah,
But keep
this
it
is
quiet.
the only time. This is the only time we will reveal why.
Yep, because he is deathly allergic to cats. It's not because of COVID. It's because of his allergies.
because of cats.
He legit came over to my house like twice when we were younger, and he nearly died both times.
Oh my god.
he
That's
went to
unfortunate.
he went to the hospital, I think, both times.
Why would he come over the second time knowing he
Knowing
went
full well
to
he'd
the
almost
hospital
die.
the first
That's
time?
That's a very good question, actually. I've never thought of that.
Like, if he almost died the first time, then what in his right mind convinced him that coming again would be a good idea?
Even better.
He's like, it must have just been random chance. It definitely won't happen again.
It was the food. Like, I just had a bad breakfast, and that just tipped me off that day.
Oh, Jesus and food is an amazing combination.
Yeah, can vouch.
For one of my birthday parties, I think it was like my 13th, we went to, what's the trampoline park in, not the new one, like the one in Cedar Rapids?
Sky Zone?
There's
Air
two
Sky
Effects?
Zone, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we went there, and then we got done with all the trampolining, we ordered like a bunch of pizzas, and he was a freaking monster. He ate like a whole large pizza and a half.
Oh my god, that's like death.
He laid 2 slices like facing each other and ate it all at once like a sandwich.
He literally made a DIY calzone.
What
Exactly.
a lad.
It
Hold up, I gotta
literally
try
was.
that.
And he like traumatized my parents by like how much he ate and how quickly.
That is low key big brain though. Like if you want a calzone and you have a pizza,
Just
boom,
take 2.
easy.
Yes.
Easy.
Yes, that's exactly what he did.
Dude, Jesus is on another planet when it
My
comes
guy
to
is-
innovation.
my guy is in the year
with the
2099.
200 IQ plays.
He's out here.
Jesus Christ.
Anyway, so
All right, so
We got some
like you got
questions.
this big YouTube channel and whatever, but like, so it's obviously like cubing and cubing related. So like, how did you
Uh-huh.
get into cubing originally? Like, what was your
So-
inspiration?
Like going all the way back in about 1st grade, I discovered what was then the world record video, which was a 7.08 solved by a dude from the Netherlands whose name I can't pronounce. I saw it on YouTube, and I was like, "Hey, that's really cool." Someone, I think one of my parents, was like over my shoulder, saw me watching that, and then like that night took me and my sister to Target, got us each a cube. And then we like played with it for a while, and like a year and a half later, I found it again. Finally, got the discipline to look at an online tutorial and learn how to solve it. So that was like 3rd grade. Then fast forward to 7th grade, and I got a 2x2 cube for Christmas, and like that's the perfect size to make you start thinking, how fast can I do this, even if you had never timed yourself before. So I started timing myself. Eventually, I got like a brand new speed cube for the first time, and that sort of made me think I really could get fast at this if I start learning the advanced methods, and it's just been all coasting from there. And since then, I reached the U.S. national final in 3x3.
Hey.
damn. Okay.
I got last place. I got last place in that final.
Top 16 in the U.S. though is still
It's
like
still top
a
16 in
feat
the
to
US,
be
yeah.
accomplished.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, that was cool. It was embarrassing failing in front of so many people, especially when the video of the final has over 1 million views on YouTube. And the first thing they see is me getting a 10, and then it's a +2, so it's a 12.
Imagine being embarrassed because you solved the
So
Rubik's Cube in 12 seconds.
Yeah, that's a little bit. Yeah.
I mean, you got a point there.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm thinking. So, like, how did this like big cubing hobby transition to like a YouTube channel? Like, where did like 1 and 1 add up to 2 there?
So that I've always been sort of a little bit tech savvy, and I've always been very online, and that's sort of where the community exists, because there's not enough people in any one place to have like a big in-person community. So early on in like 2015, that was just my way of participating in the community and making friends. Is I made videos, I commented on other people's videos. I made a lot of friends that way, a select few of which are still around that I still talk to.
Hey,
And eventually I started thinking, well, like every little kid who starts YouTube, there's always that dream to sort of become famous. And so eventually I thought, hey, maybe I could actually make my videos better. And then eventually that sort of wrapped around to me making tutorials, and then stuff started to really stick. And when I just had one video that took off, my channel sort of skyrocketed, and I've been coasting off that for 2 or 3 years since.
nice. So, like, with like that video that really took off, like around like when was this, and like what was the video that like set it apart from everything previously?
So it was a video. It was in like July or August 2017, and the video was called 10 Incredible Techniques to Help You Get Faster at 3x3. And it's the first sort of full-on production kind of thing I made. It's the first one that I remember I fully scripted, I fully planned out each shot. It's the first time I ever did that. So the production value was way, way higher than anything else I had made before. The title was intriguing, the content was something that a lot of people wanted to see, and it was just the perfect storm of all those things that made it really take off.
Nice.
And when you get that perfect combination, it just explodes.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. Like you like get like a couple clicks and then people like it and then it goes into recommendations and then like it just explodes off of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you can get a high click-through rate and a
Mhm.
good watch time, then YouTube will promote it exponentially more, and
Like,
it just goes off.
My dad, funny enough, so like we're pretty big sports fans, right? So like I don't know if either of you know this, but like the Minnesota Miracle, do you know what I'm talking about? Like it's an
No
NFL
clue.
thing. So it's essentially when the Minnesota Vikings won on like a big last play of the game against the Saints, and it was like in big dramatic fashion. So we were at a big Vikings fan's house, and we got like their big like reaction celebration to that. And then like my dad was like, "Hey, like I'll post this on YouTube." And then like he types like reaction to the Vikings winning at like Big Mike's house or whatever, like just like a title like meant to be shared around with family, right?
Right.
The thing
Yeah.
takes off and it gets like a solid 18,000 views from like
Ooh.
my dad's like little YouTube thing, and I get like 18,000 isn't like big and viral enough, but it was
But
still like
that's-
cool to the point
yeah.
where like it was the YouTube algorithm showing like what
Oh, this
happened
works,
and like
yeah.
at perfect from like a small channel, like literally my dad's first and last name with like 9 subscribers.
Oh yeah,
Something like
and
that, yeah.
it's completely like it. In some cases, it seems almost random what gets promoted. Like you'll see videos that are like 10 years old, but all the comments are from the past 3 months.
Like 3 months,
because,
like who's here in
because-
2020? Because it
Yeah,
got
but
recommended to
it's-
me.
Yeah, but it's because it just got picked up by the algorithm and it goes
Okay.
crazy. Like
Yeah.
my favorite example of that was a few months ago. I saw a video which was 4 midgets relay race against a camel. It's the most hilarious video ever. It was posted like 12 years ago, but it just took off in the past year and it has like 5 million views.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
That's so
It's,
random.
but, like-
it's an amazing video.
Yeah, but like looking back at it, my dad like unintentionally like set himself up really well for the algorithm because like at the time he uploaded it, it was like everyone was like looking for like cool reactions, and
Oh,
so like
yeah.
it's a good title, it's a good like thumbnail because and it was at random, but it's his kid just like being like a whole like huge like intense fan in front of the TV,
Uh-huh.
and that was just like the auto generated thumbnail, like it wasn't even like something he made himself.
Uh-huh.
And then it blew up and like the reaction itself, it was like this big like large 300-pound dude running around and doing a flip onto like a couch. Like it was like a big dude, so that just like whole perfect storm I guess added up and got some cool
Nice.
stuff for the family.
I remember.
Uh-huh.
And then you've got everybody in the comments calling it fake.
Bruh, that's lame.
Yeah.
Like we're actually working on something like right now, but like when I was like younger, like kindergarten to like 2nd and 3rd grade, we had these like little like action figures of like Batman and Robin or whatever, and like these buildings or whatever, and it was one of those weekends where we had like 5 days off of school because it was like stupid cold and stupid snowy, and my dad was like, "Hey, let's write a script together. Let's use these little stop motion things and make a movie out of it." We posted on YouTube. Like a month goes by, and suddenly my dad's channel, which is literally just his name, has like 15K subs and like 7 million
Damn.
views on this video. Right? Like it
What?
went crazy. So we've made like 10 or 12 now, and he's stayed around like 16,000 subscribers. But like each video has like anywhere between like 3 to 5 million views a video. And like
Jesus
I
Christ.
don't know how. There were these little like short films. Like I think we're actually working on one now because like what else is there to do, you know, in
Fair.
quarantine, and then make a new one with our our phone camera, because like we use this little cheap ass little, like, you had to put a little tiny tape in the side of the camera, and like that's how you recorded stuff, and you could hear things in the background. Like it was terrible. But now we're using this mic to record dialogue and all that, and it's like way higher
Hey.
quality. And like we took like a 5-6 year break, so we're probably not gonna get anywhere near as many views as we should,
Uh-huh.
or as we used to. But this was before like the adpocalypse or whatever. So like we made a decent amount of money off of those videos. Like
That's
Google
incredible.
I know.
Yeah, that's really cool.
I don't know how this happened. Like if you knew me back then, you would never know that unless I showed you one of these videos that was me. Like my name is in it, but like I've never been like recognized for it because you can never see my face and my voice has changed so much. But like,
Completely fair.
you know, like if you go back to those old videos, I'm literally 5 years old in the first one, so like you can't tell. But for a
Nice.
video of such like small, like we had literally zero budget on this film, right? It was like 10 minutes long. We made it in like 3 days, right? But it's still that I think let me check how many views it has because it's ridiculous for how many that it has.
Mm-hmm.
Dang, that's actually really cool. Hold on.
Yeah, with that kind of stuff, like it's like there's the really wholesome part of it, which is that if you work hard on something that you care about, it always has the potential to take off if you put a lot of hard work into it.
Mm-hmm.
But there's also the part that is YouTube will promote the most seemingly random stuff sometimes. Like I have a friend who I mean he still does YouTube, but he back in the day when he was a lot younger had another channel, and one of his videos was just like a compilation of all of the train sound effects from the old Thomas the Tank Engine TV show.
Okay.
And the video of all those sound effects, the video of all those sound effects has 15 million views.
Oh my god! Did he get like money off that?
No, because
copyrighted.
I don't know if you. Yeah, that and like who knows if he's
you
partnered
need
on
a
his
certain
channel that
number
he
of
has as a
subscribers
small kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you.
This video
So
has
then-
13 million views like the other day.
Oh my god, that's crazy.
People still watch it. Unfortunately, because it's like a kid's video, there's no comments anymore, so you can't read them, which is super lame. Because
yeah.
like I remember back when there were comments on these videos, and it was so funny to get those. Who's watching this in 2020? You know, like
Oh, yeah.
it's so
Yeah,
weird. It's
that's
like
really
hold
cool.
on. I was so young, I don't remember making this, but people still look at it, and I'm just like, oh my god,
Nice.
what? Like, I don't know, man. It was really cool, and
I mean,
It's actually really.
I mean, it must also be really cool to have something from like your early days that you aren't like ashamed to have still
I mean,
publicly
I would never
available.
go back and rewatch it, but it's cool to have the numbers.
Yeah.
Cause like I, of course, I was in like YouTube stuff with some friends of mine as far back as like maybe 2011, 2012.
Mhm.
Stuff
Mhm.
that's no longer on YouTube, I think. But even if it was, I'm like so embarrassed about
Mhm.
what it was that like I wouldn't ever want to show it to anyone.
Ooh, I feel like one of your diehard fans is gonna like now like
Find
listen.
it
You said that, and then
and
like
be like, oh,
kind
yeah,
of saw it
there
5
it is.
hours trying to find
Oh,
it.
and just, like, send it
don't
to you,
worry.
like, hey, buddy, I
I'm,
found it.
I'm certain that what I'm talking about is no longer on YouTube. And I did have a previous channel before BrodytheCuber that I used for about a year before that, and I made sure never tell anyone publicly on YouTube what that channel was called, and B, about a year ago, find the password to it and
Delete
make
the channel.
all of the videos
Private?
unlisted.
Okay.
Yeah, completely
Yeah,
fair.
so
Mhm.
no one will ever see. Literally, no one will ever see those videos again. And it's
That's
going to
actually
say
really cool.
because some of that stuff. I mean, but like it was super embarrassing. But it's how I started to learn how to edit and make videos.
Mhm.
It was all my
Yeah.
learning process.
I had a.
That's kind of like what we have here right now. Like if you scroll back, like at like the early stuff we made, like the quality of mics like really bad, like setups bad, and like even like with like the month or two that we've spent like on this channel, I feel like our quality of content is like
Has already
improved
gotten
quite a
better,
bit from
yeah.
what it's been.
Mhm.
100%.
Like I've like
Yeah.
learned how to edit and like do all that, so I'm like in that learning process with myself right now, like trying to make engaging stuff that people actually like.
Right.
Yeah, of course. With everyone watching at home, don't be afraid to make bad stuff.
Yeah,
Just
People
fair.
will watch
learn
anyway,
from it.
eventually.
Learn from it. Learn how to make good stuff by making the bad stuff. And
Right.
ideally, have a way to backtrack and later deny that the bad stuff ever existed.
Right.
Nice.
Also, like in going off of that, make sure to make stuff that you like because like you
Of
can
course.
like you can make stuff, you can make whatever you want, and it can look amazing. It can be 4K, 60 frames per second, really smooth, high bitrate, nice color, like proper color correction, white balance, all that fancy like tech mumbo jumbo. But if you don't like the content that you're making and you're making it anyway, it's gonna suffer anyway. Like
Yeah, exactly.
I can record 4K 60 on my phone whenever I want to, but if whatever I record on it I don't like, it's not a good quality video. Like
Yeah,
that's just how
completely
it is.
fair.
So like,
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm talking about because like we're still small time. We just started, but like if you're even smaller than we are, or you are thinking about starting because of us or because of Brody, like literally, quality as of now, like when you just started, does not matter. If the content that you're making is something that you enjoy doing and you want to keep doing it, that's how you're gonna grow. And then the reward of
Yeah.
people watching your stuff is you might be able to monetize your videos. You're gonna want to go out and invest in higher quality stuff. So like, you want to make the good stuff first, but like obviously it's not gonna be great. You're not gonna once you get into like your flow, that's different. But like, once you have like what you want to do, then go for like the upgrades and stuff. Unless you already have the stuff, in which case you're fine. But that's
then go for
a different story.
Yeah.
Right.
So anyway, Brody, like within like back to cubes a little bit here. Like me and Tom have each like never actually been to, like a big cubing comp, but like I've heard about them a lot because like I kind of like just like lurk the competition scene, like just watch it because I find them entertaining. What is like an actual cubing comp like? Like how is like what's the process of it?
So if that's where you really belong, it's an amazing experience. So you've seen me at school. I'm a little bit reserved, a little bit shy, a little bit awkward.
Mm-hmm.
But when I'm surrounded by hundreds of people that are like exactly like me, that share this really niche hobby, I can be the extroverted person that I can't be at school. It's a really great experience. And like that's exactly how it was when I started, when I was just another person at the competitions. Now that I'm both a top competitor and the celebrity in the community, it's a little bit different now.
Elaborate on that.
Gosh,
like,
there's that guy.
What's
So I, especially at like the national competitions, I'm just there hanging out with my friends. Like if you're a first timer, your whole goal should be to like meet as many new people as possible. But since I've been doing this for years, I have like a few friends that I like to hang out with. So I was just hanging out with them. We're all cubing at our table. Every hour, every few minutes for the whole 3 or 4 days, people will be coming up to me, getting pictures taken with me, having me sign their
That's
stuff.
awesome.
And I mean, it's so awesome. It never gets old. It's an amazing experience, but I know that I'm never going to be able to just blend in with the crowd again. So,
I mean, it is like there is a double-edged sword a little bit. Like if you want like your privacy and if you want to be that reserved person because of like the amount of like clout you have, you can't.
If you want to be famous and have privacy, never show your face, never show your voice, never reveal your identity. Like my favorite you guys have you heard of the channel My Mechanics?
I've heard of it, yeah.
Yeah, so he does like old tool restoration stuff. Like I just find it really satisfying seeing him take like something old and rusty and make it shiny again.
Mm-hmm.
So like I find that really satisfying. He doesn't talk. He does all of his narration through text. He never shows his face, and he has like 2 million subscribers.
Dang, that's
so
awesome.
He's like this amazing celebrity, but no one knows who he is, and he has this perfect private life.
Yeah, I mean that works for him, but like there are some people like ideally like for Variety 3, like the goal is to like get as big as we can someday and like be those people.
Right.
But like ideally like if you want to live a private life and like still like have people like watch what you do and like put time like and like show like what you're doing as value, like that's like the perfect combination right there.
Yeah, and so like for your case, Brady, your big appeal really is sort of your personality. So that needs to be up front to make it appealing. So you're not going to be able to really step back and have the privacy.
Mm-hmm. Like I have to be like the extroverted, chaotic individual, like day in and day out. But like that's who I am. Like that's what I like doing. Like at home, like I'm a complete introvert. But like in this school setting, at least, like I feel like with me, I'm a little more comfortable just like being able to go out, say what I want. Yeah, like in English. Humanities is my favorite class because I can go back and forth with the teacher and essentially whatever I want and essentially dictate the flow of the class. And
amazing.
Brody can vouch firsthand for it.
It was amazing.
Like me and Finn, I remember I used one of his arguments to justify incest, and that got him fuming.
I don't remember this. I don't remember this.
Okay, so we were talking about, I don't even remember what we were talking about, but I remember like he was, I think it was like the royal blood, like how them doing that was okay or whatever. And like I was like, so like with so I was like with the royal blood logic, like if it's okay, then like then why is incest illegal? And then he was just flustered.
Because they did a lot of incest to keep the bloodline.
Yeah, and he was trying to justify that. So I'm like, if someone in Alabama wants to purify their bloodline, then why can't they?
There's not exactly a lot of like prestige for that family in Alabama to purify.
I mean, but what if like prestige is all relative though? Like, say like in their head they're like gods, and they need to purify that.
We are the most perfect family.
Exactly. They
Roll
are
Tide.
the best people. Roll Tide.
I love the joke on Reddit, which is whenever someone mentions incest, you just say Roll Tide.
Roll Tide. And it's just like a chain of
Yeah.
Chain of Roll Tide.
That's amazing. So like with like, all right, so like kind of advancing a little bit here, like with like the big YouTube and fandom that you've received, like when did like sponsorships and stuff like and like deals with like bigger companies really start coming into play and like really start affecting you?
So I got my first cubing sponsorship when I had less than 300 subscribers. This was July, June 2016. I averaged 11 seconds on 3x3 and had 300 subscribers. And that was enough at the time to get the gold level sponsorship for a Cube store, which was heavily discounted. And I was on their team, and that was really cool at the time. I stayed with them until 2018.
Was that Speedcube Shop?
That was Speedcube Shop.
Yeah.
So I was on Team Speedcube Shop for a year and a half, and like around late 2017, early 2018, YouTube really started picking up for me, and I started thinking like they're not giving back as much as I'm giving them in exposure. This isn't like worth as much anymore. So I swapped over to Team Cubicle, joined them in
That's like the biggest cube shop, like
in the world.
Yeah. Okay.
And so I joined them in like June 2018. I got my prestigious white jacket. I got all that.
Nice.
And then in terms of like, I've been with them ever since, and that works pretty well. I'm looking into starting to get more like video specific sponsors and stuff like that.
That's cool.
It's a little bit difficult.
I want a Raid Shadow Legends sponsor.
Facts.
I'm just putting that out there.
I want that.
I want it. I want it. I want to see it on your channel. I will be your biggest advocate. I will like go into your email. I will send the most professionally written email ever. Like I will grind to get you that.
I'll check it for you.
Yeah. Like I am going to a national tournament to speak persuasively. I got this.
Yeah. So
that should be a video. I'm trying to get our friend a Raid Shadow Legends sponsor.
Get the boys a Raid Legends sponsorship.
So like the one thing is I need to get like Cubicle approval before I get any extra sponsors like that. But if I get the go ahead on that, I'd love to start contacting companies.
Nice.
Skillshare contacted me a while ago, and I'd love to take that. The Cubicle didn't seem like super thrilled with that, but if I get you on my case, Brady, maybe I can change my mind.
I got you.
And be like, let Brody take this Skillshare sponsorship. Yeah.
Or and I'm just throwing that out there. You forward that Skillshare email to us, and then we take that.
Yeah. Just be like, no, this is my new brand now.
This is our new channel. Brody joining BrodytheCuber coming soon.
Oh my god.
Sponsored by Skillshare, yeah.
That'd be amazing. Powered by Skillshare.
On Skillshare, I took this course on how to...
On Skillshare, I took this course on how to be a YouTuber. Now I'm starting up a new one to prove how effective it is.
Yes, exactly. I've legit thought about doing that. Just like proving that I know how to teach people how to do YouTube by doing it myself.
Right.
But then I always realize like I'm already bad at being consistent with one channel. I'm never gonna do it with two.
Yeah. Like honestly, like the biggest thing with YouTube is just like consistency. Like we've been trying to upload daily, and like it's working to a degree, but like it's hard. Like 3-4 videos a week is like hard. Like editing and stuff. Like I have so much more respect for people who upload daily. Like you know the YouTuber like Vicstar123 and all that.
Yeah.
At one,
I don't think so.
he's like a bigger like gaming type personality. At one point, he was uploading on like 3 different channels daily.
I don't know how he did that.
I have no idea how.
That's not even like possible for me with every video I make. So not to mention that I have an old slow computer. Exporting a normal video takes like an hour at least.
I'm pretty sure I've seen on your like Instagram. I think we might have the same computer. Is it an iMac from like 2010?
It's an iMac from like 2010. Yeah.
Hey.
He knows the struggle.
So,
that's exactly what I'm. Yep.
Yeah, and it hums super loud. The fan hums.
I got a software for that actually.
Yeah, how do you get rid of white noise like while it's like recording? Like, does your mic take it?
Control. I'll send it to you.
I don't. I only record with my computer shut down, so it doesn't.
Oh, okay. That's fair.
So what was I saying? So exporting takes like an hour at least. Then every video I upload, put it unlisted, and I have a team of collaborators that check it for entertainment value, for errors, for things that I need to fix. They usually find at least something. That means I have to re-edit, re-export, do all of that again. So even when I'm done with the video,
it takes a day
there's at least like a 2-day process
to
having it be ready for people to watch.
I don't know.
For us, it's literally like we get it recorded, we edit the video, make a thumbnail, put it out. We don't go through any of the collaborative process because, like, to be quite frank, we're not big enough to where any of that like really matters.
I mean, like,
but like
if I were to make like a vlog or something, I would do like jump cuts here and there, obviously, because like that's how vloggers work. But also, I know the struggle because I don't know if you like do you record at like higher than 24 or 30 frames per second in your videos, or
I record at 60.
Okay, so like you know the struggle of trying to do anything on a Mac at 60 FPS. That's not new.
Oh. Final Cut lags so much.
I don't even have Final Cut. I could have gotten it, but I just don't. I just still use iMovie because like that's all I.
Unless you're doing complicated overlays like I do in my videos.
Yeah, we don't. Do
iMovie is absolutely fine. Like like I do like 6-way screen divisions and stuff. I do all that complicated stuff.
Yeah,
but like none of that's necessary for good content. I just like it.
No, yeah,
completely fair.
I've
used
I
got
got
you.
Before I had there were some people back when like Fortnite was more relevant and stuff. I had people that would send me their stuff to edit with, and they gave me like a key to their Final Cut Pro or whatever. So I just used that for a while. So I know my way around it. But after a while, I stopped using it because like it wasn't mine, and so they changed their key or whatever. But
nice.
In using that and in doing those videos where it's like constant like screen flaring and like big like jumpy, flashy, high frame rate transitions, it had me sitting. I had to trying to do active color correction while doing anything in Final Cut Pro while the computer is running. Like literally, I had a Chrome tab like just sitting open, like idle, not moving. I hit color correction in Final Cut and Chrome crashed on the other side. Like,
jeez,
I was
that's
like,
so tough.
I get that kind of stuff all the time. Like if I'm watching a YouTube video, I'll be watching a YouTube video and like downloading YouTube videos for my use in my editing. If I try to download an image or a video from the internet while a YouTube video is playing, my computer will freeze.
It doesn't work.
Ooh,
and
that's
rough. Yeah, no, I have.
So back to the.
I'll finish one thing and then.
All right.
Because we're at like
cool.
35 minutes, which probably.
So back to like the brand deal sponsorship thing. If you could give any advice to like small people like trying to get their first sponsor or like really trying to get off the ground and like start like making stuff off of their platform, like what would you do? Like what would you give them? I guess.
So I'd say if your only goal with your platform is to make money through sponsorships or whatever,
don't do YouTube.
Just go get a real job.
Don't do YouTube.
The amount of time I've been doing YouTube for 5 years now on just this channel and an extra year on the other channel that no one will ever see. So, I only started actually making any money in like 2018, and only now am I making as much as I would working part-time in a minimum wage job. It's going to take years to have any sort of payoff.
Yeah,
and if you just want money, go get an actual job.
Yeah,
there needs to be passion involved.
Yeah.
But if you
But-
want, if you do have that passion and you want sponsorship stuff, be professional and be very clear whenever you're contacting someone how you will benefit them.
Yeah,
Because
that's
that's
fair.
what they care about.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So like when I got my sponsorship from the Cubicle, I sent them an email that said, "Okay, here's who I am. Here's my list of qualifications both for cubing and YouTube, and here's what I can do to help your company using those things."
Cool.
And because I laid that all out in a professional way, that got me 90% of the way there.
Nice. That's awesome.
That's
And then like they contacted you back, and then like you set up like an agreement or whatever, like contracts or whatever.
Yeah,
all
they're
that.
very cool about that. And
Nice.
so even like I think that professionalism matters at least as much as like your audience size. I had about 7,000 subscribers at the time.
Okay.
But like even if I had like closer to 3 or 4,000, if I had half as many and I was equally professional, I think their answer probably would have been the same.
Okay. Cool.
Because like I have a friend who, I mean, I don't know if he contacted the Cubicle or what, but he got sponsored at like 350 subscribers by the
Dang.
Cubicle,
Okay.
just because his content is so fresh and so high quality.
Nice. That's awesome. So
dope,
like
dude.
about like the YouTube thing, like if you could go back like in time and like know like where you're gonna get now, like would you change anything, like any style of uploading, like anything you did?
Let's see. If I knew I would get to this point regardless, that's a really good question.
It's probably gonna be the
Thank
last
you.
one, by the way.
I'd okay, two things. I would not do all of the edgy comments and rude comments I left on old videos back in like 2016 on other people's videos. Like I literally found someone literally replied to a comment I left in 2016 of me being rude about someone uploading like 5 times in a day because it was annoying my subscription feed. I literally got, and someone literally replied to that today. Someone found that on an old channel that I don't think uploads anymore. Probably doesn't have many subscribers.
Cancel Brody.
And people are still finding that stuff. And like, I said some really mean stuff to people back in the
Dang.
day. Because back when you're a nobody, you can get away with it. But like
Yeah,
now
that's
I
fair.
gotta be on
following, yeah.
now I need to
Backseat.
be on my best behavior.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
people can go back and see what I said back then.
Nice.
But in terms of like the actual content, I think I would stay away from some of the gimmicky stuff that I used to do. Like back in 2018, I started to get very, very formulaic, and I started doing a lot of the kind of scammy stuff that now I look down on, which is asking for people to subscribe before you even like do the video.
Yeah,
And
fair.
like that kind of scammy stuff.
Mhm.
Which, like, at the time I thought, this is what I need to do because I was doing that and it was working.
Yeah.
But now I'm being much more successful without it.
Nice.
So
That's awesome.
I would just rather, like, not have that guilt about it and just not do it.
So then, with that said, one last follow-up question. We said about the past and like looking to the future. Like, obviously, you're going off to college next summer. Like, what is the future direction of BrodytheCuber, and like, how is that going to change when you're in a college environment?
In college has to take priority, but
Yeah.
it also means that I'm going to be basically a film production major, which means that if I stick to cubing, which I will, and I go to YouTube when I have time, it's going to be very much a quality over quantity approach. And I think if people are patient with me, you will get what you want from BrodytheCuber. Maybe it'll mean I start streaming more.
Hey.
I actually did get an email from my college that because of everything going on with lockdown and social distancing, they are not going to do any roommates for housing, which means that I will be alone in a dorm room and probably be able to stream.
Nice.
That's good for you then,
That's
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, it is good because if I had a roommate, there's no way I would be able to.
Unless
unless
somehow you get
really
matched up
lucky.
with another
And it's
cuber.
like,
Yeah.
hold up, you Cuber
Yeah.
now? Like, that would be amazing. Yeah.
that was just like the random chance of that, and they go in on the first day, and they're like, wait, are you Brody the
Right, no,
Cuber?
like you're like one of your subscribers is your new roommate, and he just
Bro,
freaks
it's
out.
like a sitcom, yeah.
They just post like, I roomed with Brody the Cuber. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Not
Oh my
clickbait.
So yeah. So obviously big plans for Brody the Cuber, like
Uh-huh.
going up. So so outro time. Thank you so much for coming on podcast.
Of course,
And now
it's-
outro. 100 likes, me and Tom will go to a cubing competition with
We'll
Brody.
Yes.
vlog the whole thing.
Yes.
We'll vlog the whole
100
thing.
likes, me and Tom, and we will film the entire thing. All our songs,
I'll-
everything. I'm gonna try and get consistent sub 40 subs, and it's gonna be a blast.
Brady, learn F2L.
Alright, I will spam that up in the comments.
Please.
Yes.
Yeah. I'll learn how to solve generally and still probably suck because
And then teach Tom to solve. We need that too. But again, thanks for coming on. If you like what you saw, make sure to do all the like, subscribing stuff. You already know what we want, so we don't even need to say it. And then, yeah, make sure everybody stays safe and peace out.
see ya, everybody.